Hello, 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 everyone. It's me, Betty, again. I want to see if anybody comes on because today I had a. You know what? I like sharing my life lessons and life experiences with you all. I just hope everybody is doing okay today. Let me fix my sweatshirt. I just hope everyone is doing well today. Um, Today is Friday. I'm off from work. I don't know if anybody is out there, but as you all can see, my topic is what is it? Perception and misunderstanding, or misunderstanding and misperception. And the reason why I want to stop by and talk about misunderstanding and perception is because I had an experience this morning that, Monique, I'm going to steal your line. I'm going to steal your line. I had an experience today that I have to get off of me, okay, you all? I had an experience today that I have to get off of me, and it dealt with misunderstanding and perception. Now, before I get started, because I have to be discreet, I have to be very discreet on this by not using any names, or I can speak on my behalf. That's what I can do. Okay, that's what I can do. I can speak on my behalf. And hi, John. How are you? Welcome, 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 my love. I hope you are having I hope that you are having a beautiful, beautiful Friday. And thank you for stopping by and spending time with me this afternoon. As you can see, my topic here is misunderstanding and perception. And before you came on, I said that I'm going to steal Monique's line. I have something on me that I have to get off me today. And one thing I like to do is share with you all my life experiences, my life lessons. And I'm trying to do this by being very, very discreet and not calling any names. Let me take my glasses off at this point. I want to try to be very discreet. But I can honestly say that this was a family matter that I went through today, okay? I went through a family matter this morning, and unfortunately, one of my family members felt like I really didn't like them, or that I hated them, and that is not so. So without going into too much detail, in order to prevent misunderstanding and understand perception, you must reach out to that individual and have a conversation. The conversation is necessary so that you and that individual don't go throughout life having a misunderstanding. Because if you go throughout life having a misunderstanding because of the wrong perspective, it can create a lot of problems, because this misunderstanding, because of a misperception that I went through this morning, the individual stated to me that, well, I thought that I would die and go on to glory. Well, this individual just said that they thought that they would die, and I just added go on to glory. They thought that they would die, and the individual and I wasn't on speaking terms. So I had to really, really call this individual and make it clear, make it very, very clear as to what was going on between us. And while I was on the phone with this individual was crying, I was crying, and we both understood that we both had the wrong perception. We both had a misunderstanding. And the reason why I wanted to clear it up is because I, Betty Riddick, as a mind, body, and soul expert, as a global spiritual strategist, as a minister, as a child of God, as a person of love, I don't ever want anyone to ever think in this life that I have bad intentions towards them. I'm not wicked like most people, like some people. There is nothing wicked about me. But at the end of the day, me and this individual, we sat on the phone and we cried. And I tell you, we cried. We cried together. We cried together. And you know what? You all know me. I can't hold water. This was one of my sisters. Okay? This was one of my sisters. Simply because I asked to be removed from a family group text message because the conversations didn't have any value for me. And plus the fact that I'm very, 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 very busy and I'm working on my business. And this is a major distraction to me. And I don't mean any offense, but thanks for putting me in the family group message. It's just simply a distraction. So at that point, I had to call my sister. And when I called my sister, now we have an understanding. Because like I told her, I said, there may be some things that you don't like about me, and there may be some things I don't like about you. But at the end of the day, I love you. I love you. And I even said to her, I said, you know what? I said, you all know me. I don't like drama. I don't like stress. I don't like depression. I don't like messiness. I don't like drama. I'm just the type of person that, you know, I know my family counts me as strange. They do. I'm just giving you all that little secret. My family does count me as strange, but I love my family so much. And what I got my sister to understand, you know, as I learned from my coach Iris last night, there was a conversation from point A to point B. And in the middle, in that gap, that conversation was between me and my sister. And I am so glad that we had that conversation because I told her, I said, you know what? I remember when Patti LaBelle came to concert here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I had seen Patti LaBelle in concert in Virginia. When I lived in Norfolk, Virginia, she was at the Hampton Coliseum doing a concert. And that concert was off the chain. I mean, it was nice. But when she came to Georgia, since I've been in Georgia, when I first moved to Georgia back in 2000, I think Patti LaBelle came to Georgia about 2002, 2003, and I went to see her. And I was like, oh my goodness, there is something so different about this concert that Patti is having. She was so emotional. She was truly, truly emotional. And why was she emotional? One key statement that I took away from Patti. She said, I didn't speak to my sister before she died. She said, I didn't speak to my sister before she died. And my sister said to me, she said, you know what? I was thinking that you and I wouldn't talk and I would die. I'm like, wait a minute. I love you. I love everybody. And I may be able to help some sisters out there that may not be getting along because you have the wrong misunderstanding. You have the wrong misperception. And this may be for brothers, any type of relationship, you know, from a mother to a daughter, a father to a daughter, any type of relationship. Before you assume assumptions, before you assume anything, and misunderstand and get the wrong perception, have a conversation with that individual. Somebody has to break the ice. Somebody has to break the ice. And I promise you, me and my sister, we cried together on the phone. We cried together on the phone. But guess what we got? We got some clarification. We got some clarification. We got an understanding. And that's where it comes in. And I told her, I said, you know what? We are two different individuals. We are two different individuals. And because we are people and we are different individuals, you know, like they said, you can see the glass half full or half empty, but I like to look at the glass all the way full and flowing over. That's the way I like to look at the glass. I like to look at the glass overflowing because there's so much overflow. There's always a misconception. There can be a misunderstanding that people get the wrong perspective. So before you get the wrong perspective, before you misunderstand someone, before you assume that something isn't right because of the way you see it and the way they see it, you know, you come together on a common ground. I'm so glad that me and my sister came together on a common ground and we literally cried together. Me and my sister cried together on the phone today. And we now have a better understanding. We have a better understanding. We have a better understanding. If you're out there and you don't understand one of your siblings, you don't understand your mother, you don't understand your father, you don't understand a good friend, there's just some things that you don't understand. And let me tell you another thing as well. Don't let it sit for so long. Because like I told my sister, I'm not a phone person. I'm just not one to talk on the phone. I promise you all, I can talk to you this way, right? Go Facebook Live. But I'm just truly not one to sit on the phone. Because I tell you why, my time is valuable. Like I explained to my sister about, she got offended because she started the family group text message. She started it. And it's 18 people, right? And for the text to be going and going and going. And like I said, no offense. If I don't have a problem confronting someone and saying, is there anything that I did to offend you? And when you ask that question, my dear friend, that'll clear up everything. That'll clear up the misunderstanding. That'll clear up the misperception. That'll clear up the assumption. And one thing you have to be able to do, and I promise you, when I was younger, 58 years old is doing something to me, but I love it. When I was younger, I was afraid to confront. I was afraid of confrontation. Now I go in like a bull when it comes to confrontation. So I'm explaining this story to you all, this situation to you all, is that because you know what? When my sister said to me, she thought she was going to die and we weren't going to talk anymore. I said, but hold up now. I don't talk to all of my sister. We all don't, because you know what? I told her, I said, you know what? We all, and if you all think that this is drama and getting too personal, it's not drama. I just like to share my life lessons and life experiences with you so that you can take something away from this. Because some of you out there may not be speaking to some of your family members that have the wrong conception. They have the wrong misunderstanding as to why. And like I told my sister, I'm just not one to talk on the phone. I don't even talk to my other sisters on the phone. But however, when I put in the text message, please remove me, my sister took that the wrong way. She took it in a negative tone. She took it in a negative tone when indeed I explained myself by saying that I'm very busy and I'm trying to get things done. And she read into it the wrong way. See, communication, it should be very effective. And through communication, if you have a misunderstanding, clear it up, because what do they say? It's like making a mountain making a molehill out of a mountain, or a mountain out of a molehill. Help me out here, you all. Help me out. It's like sweating the small stuff. Get clarification from people. And one thing about me, I can tell you all, since I worked in corporate America practically all of my life, and one thing I can tell you about me, I'm big on communication. It's one of my biggest pet peeves whatsoever. I am so big on communication that my saying is, even with the people that I work with, if I need to be in the know so that I can grow, I need to be in the know so that I can grow. And I also and look at it this way too for yourself. You need to be in the know so you can know. You need to be in the know so you can know. Because sometimes in life, some people don't want to deal with us, or we don't deal with people, and we don't even know why. And sometimes I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to bow down to anybody. That's how I felt sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm not going to bow down to anybody. I'm not going to bow down to this person. But then again, sometimes, you know what I find myself doing? I did this the other day. I approached an individual and I just simply said, you know what? If I have done something to offend you, I'm sorry. I said that. If I have done something to offend you, I'm sorry. And guess what the person said back to me? You didn't. But why did I feel that way? Because initially I would talk to this individual, and then I just stopped talking to that individual. Because I was trying to feel my way about this person, feel my way about who this person is connected to. And then because I confronted her, being, humbling myself, and she said, no, you didn't do anything to offend me, I walked away feeling better. Because you know why? I got an understanding. And I went right to the source. And when I went right to the source, I got the answer that I needed. And what did that answer do for me? It gave me liberty. It gave me freedom to know that, you know what? My perception of how she felt about me, because I distanced myself because I didn't know who she was connected to. Like I said, I'm only human. I have flaws. But at the end of the day, misunderstanding and misperception, assumptions, all those words can lead to what I experienced with my sister today. And I let her know. I said, I love you more than you can imagine. I'm just not one to be on the phone. And plus, not even that, you all. She has this phone, and my sister, she is big in this modern day technology. When I would go to her house, she always had the latest and newest gadgets. And I said, by the way, you got this phone, because I tried to call her, to wish her well wishes when she had her eye surgery last week. And her phone was like, because I told her I hate calling places now. And I'm old school. Press 1, press 2, press 3. No. I don't like that. And so when I tried to call her about her eye surgery, she told me, by the way, she said, oh, I got that. I said, well, what kind of phone do you have where it sounds like an operator, but I'm glad that she said I got that. But at either rate, my dear friends, I'm just stopping by to let you know what? Instead of assuming, misunderstanding, or thinking that something is what it is with somebody that you may not be dealing with, whether it'll be a loved one, a friend, or a lost relationship, or anything. Don't be afraid to confront that situation. Me and my sister was going back and forth in this text message this morning, to the point where the family was like, take this out of here, take this out of here. Even though I can say, I did present it in a positive light, because that's how I do. And this is what I'm telling you. One thing I know about me, and one thing you should all learn, deal with people accordingly. If you deal with people accordingly, you don't have to be worried about the misunderstanding, the misconceptions, the assumptions, all of those, negative words that can create a situation that is so unnecessary. I'm just sharing this life experience with you all, so that if you are going through something with someone at this time, now there are some people that you really truly do have to leave alone. Don't get me wrong. Because like I tell people, I remember having a conversation with my older sister back in the day, and I said, you know what? God does expect us to be nice to one another. He truly does. The Bible makes it clear, be ye kind to one another. Be you kind to one another, like Ellen DeGeneres says all the time. But by the same token, I told her too. I said, let me tell you something. Don't forget about the wisest man ever, Solomon. And you read the book of Solomon, he talks about fools, foolishness, right? Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and discernment. So as God's children, it's not meant for people to take advantage of us. Because there will be some people that there will be. Now, I'm not trying to confuse this. But however, there will be some times when, misunderstanding, and what was the other? Perception. You'll discern, right? You'll discern that. But for the most part, especially if it's a loved one, like me and my sister today, I am so glad that we had that conversation that we had. And like I told her, I respect what you do. Respect what I do. I'm just busy. She gets her hustle on. I get my hustle on. She does what she do. But for me right now, I'm busy. I'm really busy. I love everybody. I told my sister, I love you. I love my sisters. I love my brothers. My one sister, she follows me here on Facebook, and she gets it, right? She gets what I'm doing. But, don't ever feel like, you can't confront someone about something. And to be honest with you, my sister hung up on me today, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to call her back. So if you need to call somebody back, if you need to get clarification and get crystal clear about a relationship that there's a misunderstanding and a misperception about, do that. Do that. Because I tell you what, just talking about this is like therapy, right? But I also want you to get something out of this as well. Because I love sharing my life lessons and life experiences with you. So thanks for the company. I appreciate it. I'll be coming on. I'm off from work today. I'm just chilling again, right? But I just like to share my life lessons and life experiences with you all. This isn't drama. I promise you it isn't, because I don't do drama. I'm just sharing a life lesson and a life experience for you to give you an opportunity to think again, right? Because like I said, I like picking brains. I like picking brains and sharing stories with you to give you something to think about, and what can you do from here? Like I did today. I had to get it off me, stealing Monique's word. I had to get it off me. So be cognizant of misconception, assumptions, misunderstanding, and perception. Okay? Perception is key. Perception. Your perspective on one issue may be different from my perspective, because we're different individuals. So before you assume, misunderstand, get the wrong perspective, confront it. Confrontation. That's something I used to be scared to do, but now I do confrontation, because confrontation truly will set you free, because you get that understanding. You get the right perspective. You come to a common ground. So I just thought I would stop by to share that with you and let you all know that I love my family. I love my sisters. I love my brothers. And I don't want anybody to think that, and like I told my sister, I'm just being honest with you. What I'm doing right now, my healing ministry, being a minister, this is character building, if you will, so that I can use a positive word. This is character building, but I'm not going to stop. I'm not. I love what I'm doing for you all. God assigned me this task, my healing ministry, on January 13, 2019. My next goal, like I told my sister as well, is my church, the Healing House. I just want people to be healed, and like I told my sister, I'm my main concern for her, more than anything else for my sister, is that I love her, and I just want her to be made whole. I want her to be healed. And I mentioned to my sister, I love her so dearly. I mentioned to her, I said, I tell you what, when you're ready to do the inner work and take care of yourself, give me a call. Because as you all know, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, as you all know, I am truly, truly, truly concerned about your inner work. When I think about the stress, the depression, and the anxiety, how I was in the mental hospital, how I was shut down, and if you would have seen me, and I know that was 25 years ago, my dear friends, but 25 years ago, if I wouldn't have called on the Lord to heal my mind, I could still be in that mental hospital in Virginia. I could still be in that mental hospital. I tried to kill myself 3 times, but God didn't allow it. You know why he didn't allow it? For such a time as this. And that's why I love my sister so dearly. I love my sister so dearly. I love everybody so dearly. And because she is family, I told her, when you're ready to do the inner work and make you your number one priority, please call me. Please call me. Please call me. And I mean that, because I am truly concerned about everybody's inner work. You have to do the inner work. I was watching The Voice the other night, and there was this girl, she was on singing. I forgot her name, but I know she told me that in her mind, Anita Baker is her aunt. And she said that she works from the inside out. She said that she works from the inside out. And that's all I want you to do. Work from the inside out. When you work from the inside out, people will know it and they will recognize it. Work from the inside out. And when you work from the inside out, getting that inner work done, nothing will faze you. Nothing will bother you. Ask me. Ask me. Nothing bothers me. Nothing phases me. I just had something that I had to deal with this morning. Thank you, Lord, I got all my Bible study in before all of that happened, because I was deep into my Bible study. I was doing my inner work. I had read my faith actions of faith, something, whatever that is with the Yana Vanzan. But please do the inner work. Please do the inner work. Love your brother, love your sister, love your mother, love your father, love everybody. I know that's hard sometimes. It is even for me, right? Flawless, imperfect Betty. But I just thought I would stop by and share that life lesson, life experience with you all. Know that I love you. I was going to come on tonight at 7 o'clock, but I just had to get this experience off me like now. I had to get it off of me now. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. I know I said that last night. Thank you for being the best part of my healing ministry. I truly appreciate it. You never know when I'm going to come on. Today I'm just sitting here on my day off. I think I'm just going to go and sit on the porch and listen to the birds chirp. Listen to the bird chirps. But thanks for the company, John. Everybody live the blessed life, not the stressed life, and enjoy your weekend. I'll see you the next time I'm off from work. Have a good one. Live the blessed life, not the stressed life. Have a good weekend.